Hey, hard forkers, welcome back. Lisa, how are you?
Hey Sean, I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm pretty good. As you know, I've had a food poisoning incident in the last few days. I'm safe from COVID, but not myself. Enough
Yeah,
about that.
it's a worry. It's a worry.
Moving on swiftly. Listen, today, everyone, we're going to be talking about really the first of its kind in the space. As we're all getting used to the fact that we're locked away in our various parts of the world, we're going to be hearing about something pretty damn cool, actually. So, Erin, we've been discussing how to say your name, so I'll let you introduce yourself and tell us about this amazing event you've got coming up that everyone should get involved in.
Yeah, honestly, that discussion could probably take up the whole of this video, so we won't go into the naming part. But yes, thanks so much for having me, Sean, Lisa. Really excited to be here. So yeah, I'm here to talk about BlockDown 2020, which is actually happening this end of this week, Thursday, Friday. So this is the first ever kind of real 3D virtual kind of conference environment, which takes into account a virtual exhibition area, virtual after party, dance floor, virtual main stage. So like,
Hang on, stop. A virtual after party. How do we do this?
It's happening on my birthday as well.
This is my favorite part.
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
Well, it's on the 18th, but I know the party's on the 17th, but the cool kids will still be there at midnight, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll still be there popping up the bar. No, it's actually Akon's birthday on the 16th, on the Thursday, which is the first day of our event, and Akon's one of our speakers, so that's going to be exciting. Maybe you could party with him.
There's always someone that steals my birthday off me, but all right, I'll let Akon have it. So tell us a bit about it. I was having a look at your lineup of speakers. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, well, the thing is that my company's also the organizer of the Istanbul Blockchain Week, so we spent a good 5-6 months putting that together. Also had likes of CZ and Roger Ver and a few other big names that aren't faced. So we've done a lot of the work already, in terms of like contacting the speakers, contacting the sponsors. So it wasn't that difficult for us to kind of like switch that around. Now Istanbul's still going to go ahead in Q4, hopefully, if this whole pandemic clears up. But I just figured, I was in Turkey at the time, running around trying to arrange things, meeting with media and officials and speakers and everything. And then I saw that the actual border with Iran got shut, one of the earliest shutdowns of borders, because Iran was having it really bad. And I just thought, there's absolutely no chance this is going to go ahead. We were expecting a large Iranian contingent, obviously, at Istanbul Blockchain Week, and I just thought, how are they going to contain this? So I instantly just pivoted and just figured, well, look, we're going to need, the blockchain industry is going to need something. We all love going to conferences. I know I've certainly seen Lisa at some. I'm sure you guys can go. I literally travel the world going to conferences. That's literally what I do. I'm a digital nomad, and then I just use the conference ticket as a way to choose my next destination. Which is cool.
That's exactly what I do.
That's what I do as well. So I'm trying to figure out where the hell I'm going to be living from now on. Maybe in a virtual world, I guess.
I was just about to say killing me. I feel trapped. It's like, when's the next conference? It's like it's online. I'm still trapped.
But this conference is really different to anything you've ever seen. I really feel like we're breaking new ground. This isn't like decentralized, which it looks really kind of pixelated and really weird. This thing's really lifelike. You can go dressed as whoever you want. You can obviously dress smart in a blazer, or you can dress in a Satoshi female t-shirt or a Pepe t-shirt or a Dogecoin t-shirt. You can really go fat, big, small, but whatever you like. You can be opposite sex if you want, Sean. It's really up to you.
I'm going as a socialist female Dogecoin supporter, quite clearly.
We actually put that in there just for you.
Thanks, mate. well, in a weird way, I guess it is going to be quite interesting to see how people sort of present themselves when they have a chance to sort of create an avatar. Be interesting. I'll be intrigued to see how you come along, Lisa.
Yeah, now I have to really put my thinking cap on, don't I?
So, yeah, tell us a bit about that. I mean, how do we set that up? What's involved?
Yeah, sure. I mean, probably some people in the space probably appreciate having an avatar and not having the usual faces in front of everyone. I would say that actually 9 p.m. Eastern today, Monday, you can actually go in if you have a ticket holder and create your own avatar character. So you have to download an application that we've built. Obviously, we've built it all in Unity, the 3D software. With loads of bunch of 3D artists. So you go in there. We've created like a kind of breakout space where you can go in, obviously customize your character, and we've also got like a selfie booth in there. So if you want to, obviously what we want to do is obviously get people to create their own character, take a selfie at the selfie booth, upload it to Twitter, and then obviously build hype from there. So really hoping that you two do that, and obviously anyone listening to this, just get your tickets, so then you can start doing that. And actually, it looks like we're going to continue this into like a virtual series, because just to go back a little bit, we understood that people are going to, like us three, for example, really need time to socialize, to network, to build our businesses and our brands. And like you said, we always do that everywhere. We also knew there was going to be a lot of financial suffering, health suffering. People are not liking what they're seeing when they leave, if they leave the house, if they ever leave the house, which I'm not leaving the house right now. So like, how can we bring people together in a fun environment? It's kind of like that. And I always get this word wrong, the antitheses of like consensus. Consensus is very deep, like super like
antithesis.
I'm glad you went there. I'm not touching that.
I'll just say the opposite of consensus. Like consensus is very like, obviously it's deep, like obviously it's really good, but like, you probably don't want to sit there for 8 hours because, it's kind of like heavy content, should we say. Whereas our content is also rich, but we wanted to have that fun experience that people can look forward to that, and then people have something to look forward to at the end. And what I was about to say is we're probably going to do this as a virtual series at the end of each month, just during the lockdown period. So we're probably looking at doing one in May and June. Hopefully after that we can be out and kind of, hopefully forget all about it, and we'll see what to do with the brand after that. But yeah. So just in terms of the content, obviously we've got Akon, who's fantastic, and really looking forward to. He's actually got some really, really major news coming on Thursday. Like it's absolutely huge. I know it sounds like. Is it
to do with his token launch and what he's doing with that and?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, it's to do with his project Acoin, which is a fantastic project. Akon is, the thing is, a lot of people
building a city.
Right.
Yeah, in Africa.
Okay.
He is in Senegal, yeah, which is where his family's from. But that city is going to take a long time to complete, of course. But the thing is with Akon is that some people just roll their eyes and think, oh, celebrity, must just be a shill or whatever. But it's actually not. Like Akon has a really big philanthropist background. He's a really amazing entrepreneur and visionary, and he's actually really knowledgeable about cryptocurrency and blockchain. So it will surprise some people when you hear his talk, and hopefully, inspire and bring other big names into the space that we're ultimately going to need if we want to touch that mainstream audience. So super excited to bring him down. And then we've also got like some fireside chats, which are really awesome. We've got a fireside chat with Jed McCaleb, for example, who doesn't come out very often. And we've also got like a nice kind of fireside debate, should we say, which is a nice way of putting it, between Eric Voorhees and Jimmy Song about Bitcoin maximism versus minimalism. So everyone loves a bit of that. So
everyone loves that conversation, don't they?
yeah, no, it's brilliant. So there's lots going on. And we've also got those 3 after parties. I know you asked me about that, Lisa. So we've got like an after party for Asia, an after party for Europe, and an after party for the US. So obviously the reason we wanted to be inclusive, the whole point was the whole lockdown thing, right? So we were like, okay, let's go on for 12 hours a day for 2 days, for 24 hours of content, so we can take into account China, because China have been locked out, for 3 or 4 months now from conferences. So we start at 3 p.m. China time, which is about 9 a.m. in Europe, and we go all the way through to 9 p.m. in Europe, which is around midday, just afternoon in the West Coast. So we take into account all time zones, and we've got different parties for different continents. So we have like different DJs playing. And it's going to be epic. It's really going to be epic. I really hope you guys come down.
Right. That sounds awesome, actually.
Yeah, it does.
So what DJs have you got coming? So this is my forte, after parties at conferences. So it's obviously bring your own pizza, bring your own alcohol, put your headphones in, listen to the DJ.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely bring your own alcohol. I definitely will be stocking up for this. It's actually one of my favorite. It's actually one of my favorite all-time like house DJs is doing the Europe DJ set. Now we're just about to sign the deal with them, so I can't exactly say who it is, but it should be released in the next like 24 hours, right?
Okay.
But these guys have got like hundreds of thousands of views on like Mixmag Lab, and they play lots of like big festivals. So like it's not just like my mate who's DJing. I wish it was my mate who's DJing, but no, it's going to be super exciting.
So technically, with my little avatar, I can be at this DJ, right there, listening to him playing.
Exactly. Also, I mean,
just don't rush the stage, Lisa, and knock them over.
Yeah, I know.
Mid set after a couple of 1-for-1s.
Yeah. Have you?
Long story. Long story.
We need to explain to him that we're in Singapore at a conference there, and at all the clubs, the order on the sign was cocktails 1-for-1. It was such a good deal.
Really? Yeah, Singapore's a blast, isn't it? Like, I love Singapore blockchain week.
Not at the moment.
No, no, not at the moment. But you can actually use VR, right? So if you want, you can wear a VR headset. So if you're wearing a VR headset, you can actually dance, and your character will dance. So like you can actually get down if you want. And if you're obviously on your PC or your mobile, then you obviously have to like click and like play gestures and things like that. So it's kind of up to you how deep you want to go into this. But yeah, I really recommend everyone try it out because, like, honestly, just from my experience, like now that obviously I'm going to plan Istanbul in Q4, I'm thinking, well, at the very least, I'm going to do an Istanbul online and an Istanbul offline. So there's going to be a dual hybrid. In my opinion, for most events, at least the innovative events moving forwards, some people don't want to fly, some people can't afford it. So you could literally you could map the exhibition area from the real world into the 3D world, and have basically a second version of Istanbul Blockchain Week online, which is great for sponsors, of course. You can stream in all the talks, and I just think it's a really fantastic opportunity, especially now that everyone's getting more and more concerned about climate change and everything else. So
yeah. So when you came up with the idea and you started mentioning it to people, what was the initial reaction? Were they like, oh my God, you're completely nuts? Or it was a really good reaction?
I gotta get there anyway, but no. I think yes, like companies can't get their head around it yet because it hasn't happened really before. So they're like, what do you mean a virtual exhibition? Like, they just don't understand. It's actually really, really good because, like like an offline event, like you can't track the ROI of the investment. Right? So you can't say, oh, he saw my booth and then went on my website. You can't track that. Here, you can get data as to like who's visited your booth, who downloaded your white paper, because you can download it from the computers that are on the stands. Yeah. You can download like any content. You can also tell like you have to do one click. So if I click your booth stand, the name of your company, it could go into your site and you can have a special offer, like an affiliate link, whatever it might be, and you can obviously track all of that. So like I'm trying to say to like companies and whoever that might be interested in joining us for this, like this is an excellent way for you to track your ROI on your investment. Otherwise, you've never had, and also you're going to be seen as very innovative and cool because this is very out there, you can even have like your branded t-shirts like you get in blockchain conferences and everyone walks around in those. So yeah, but it has been tricky to try and get that through to people when they're happy to splash out 10 times the amount on like an offline event. But I think it's just one of those things. But after we do the first one, the next one, the momentum will build from there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, ultimately the price of the ticket, which is what 20 quid, £20,
20 quid,
which is about 30 US for non.
Yeah, I think it's about 35 for Australians. So yeah.
So the price of your taxi to get to the airport if you had been flying to it, basically. So well worth it. I mean, obviously you say that a lot of companies sort of can't wrap their heads around it, but the reality is that there was that DJ Marshmallow that did a virtual concert a few months back and got 2.5 million kids showing up to that. So
we've seen since coronavirus, we've seen like John Legend in his lounge room, and we've seen Justin Bieber daily on Instagram, and they're getting just viewers just tuning in like around the world. So there's no reason why this can't work for, you know, a conference.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's clearly going to be our future for a little while to come. So you know, it's a great opportunity to be quite pioneering, really, with what you're doing here, isn't it?
I think you know, all of us as business owners need to pivot right now. It's very difficult for everyone, and all of us need. And I think those who pivot fast enough and, you know, innovate fast enough will survive, and those that don't won't. So this is just a way of us really pivoting as fast as we possibly can and seeing if it will work. I mean, I really believe in it. I think that this lockdown period is going to push this kind of virtual space, as we're already seeing, like so far forward. You know, basically on a treadmill and just turn it right up. And really, you know, as an innovative agency that I own, PR agency, you know, we want to be at the forefront of that. And I really feel that BlockDown is going to be a part of that. And, you know, we might even look into other models, like moving forwards. You know, I'm a massive soccer fan, right? So, like, why don't we create a soccer world, well, you know, or like a stadium where everyone can watch and meet each other there, especially when it's going to be behind closed doors. For the next few months, like, it would be a great way to you know, the network's the wrong word, obviously, when you're a football fan, just to meet people and grab a burger or whatever. And I know it sounds a little bit weird, but ultimately, I think this is going to be reality soon enough. I mean, the vaccine's what, 12 months away, 18 months? What are we going to do? Like, I don't want to watch football by myself, and, you know, just my laptop. That's not what we do. There's so many different ways that you can skin the cat, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. So, I mean, what are the basics of how somebody gets involved here? Well, obviously, there's some links below this video. Just sign up, create your avatar. And what have we got this Thursday, Friday?
Yeah, so I mean, so first thing, obviously, go to the website, like, buy a ticket. And then once you've bought a ticket, you can then download the software. You'll get an email from 9 a.m. Eastern today, so literally like 5 hours. And then you can download the application. You have to put it on your computer, and then you can make your character. And then once you've made that, obviously we just wait until Thursday, Friday when the 3D world opens, and then it's all kind of crazy from there.
Right, awesome. So this actually was a physical conference that you've pivoted to do virtually. How many numbers were you, or is that the case? It was originally.
Well, not particularly. I used my contacts that I made from Istanbul to bring in some big names straight into BlockDown. Yeah. But Istanbul is still its own separate brand. Obviously, it's got much more Turkish focus, like the government speakers from Turkey and, you know, all kinds of great, interesting content. So that's obviously been dropped out, and that's still going to happen. But we're still the organisers of both. But this is a completely different concept. We just synergized two conferences.
Is there I mean, a lot of conferences sort of have somewhat of a theme. I mean, can you tell us more about is there an overall theme to this one? I mean, obviously, it's good to see you got some Bitcoiners. There's a lot of these conferences that I go to, often they're sort of in a side room somewhere. So it's great to hear Bitcoin be a bit more front and center. Tell us a bit more about sort of the overall thinking and theme.
Yeah, so just to go back to the, I mean, it's called BlockDown, right? So obviously it was made because of the lockdown period, because COVID-19. So, like, obviously we want to really kind of we want to touch on that. Of course, we've got a couple of talks. Like we've got Mike Passer speaking. You know, the guys who are working with IBM and the World Health Organization on a blockchain product, which I think is great and really interesting. We've got a couple more like talks based on the pandemic. But obviously, we don't want to focus on it too much because we're trying to block it out. Excuse the pun. But ultimately, we want this one to be a kind of chance to, just a chance to kind of celebrate what we do have, which is we still have each other, we still have our, you know, our interests, and we still have this amazing community that we want to bring together. So it's kind of like a mix of fun and excitement, but at the same time touching on important aspects. But yeah, like I said, the whole thing was just brought out of this awful pandemic. So like, it's important that we don't forget that. And it's important that we do pay some attention to that.
So
and,
in terms of community, like how, you know, at a normal conference, obviously there's, you know, you've got those contacts and you meet new people, and, you know, how is that possible at BlockDown?
But literally, just imagine you're in a real conference and you're walking around the exhibition area. It's exactly the same thing. Like, so you can talk to people next to you with your real voice. Obviously, you haven't got fake voices yet. Maybe that'll be the next edition. We've also got different breakout areas. So we've got like networking areas. So we'll have like a trading networking area, which I'm sure, Lisa, you'll be there. Like a, just insert, custody, etc., investment, you name it. So we've got like 6 different rooms if you want to go there and nerd out.
Okay.
And then we've got the exhibition floor, which is obviously more for people to just generally have a chat with exhibitors and stuff. And then we obviously have the party for people that just want to get loose. And then we've got the main stage, of course, which is hopefully where everyone's going to be quiet and listen. But yeah, so you can, so we have a live chat on the side. So just if you just kind of like Twitch kind of thing, if you want to just have like a random chats, you can do that if you want to just type. But also you can go into like private chats, or you can just speak publicly. We have like a little icon on the right hand side. So like if you want to like mute yourself, you can do that, or if you want to unmute yourself, and you can also mute other people, right? Because there are some, sometimes there's people you just don't want to speak to, so you can mute them. And we've also got like a radio station as well. So
it's essentially like hiding behind a column or a stand. It's like, oh, there's that guy. Yeah. Well, there's Ed.
Yeah, you could do that. I mean, yeah, I'm sure there's going to be people doing some funny stuff. Like we've got a few characters in there, that are kind of to surprise people. So it's not just everyone in like blazers. We've got like an astronaut and like some favorite names can actually be as well, if you want to.
Okay. It sounds fun.
Yeah, it does indeed. I mean, obviously it's amazing times right now with on 2 fronts. We've got a scenario where the entire world needs to come together to solve a problem that affects absolutely every single one of us for the first time in human history, and we've also got a scenario where I think the crypto, blockchain, Bitcoin, whatever term we want to use here, communities, I think there's also a chance here we're really getting together and having a discussion about a bit more of a united front about how we are presenting ourselves to the world as we're seeing just this money printing. Really, all of us in this space have a pretty good education in what that really means to our futures, and I think really it is a grand opportunity to help educate those outside of our industry. And I think one of the ways that we can do that a lot better is to maybe some of the tribalism that really still does exist in this space needs to be put to the side. And I think a conference like this to start sharing some of those ideas about how we can communicate what we're up to in the space, because to a large degree, in my opinion, we still remain very niche. I don't think we've done a great job of telling the world about some of the things that are happening in our space.
I agree.
Maybe these type of events are going to be possibly a better opportunity for us to really have a bit of a think about how we're going about that. It has to happen now. This is a crucial time, especially in the next few months. I think there's
I completely agree. This is the perfect time to put cryptocurrency as a whole on the world stage, and this conference is the perfect way of doing it. So taking a virtual currency to a virtual conference and then taking it to the world, and showing people how it can be done. It's like very impressive.
Well, don't be too impressed until you join on the day, and if everything works perfectly, as we hope it will.
I'm sure it's coming from you. I'm sure it'll be very impressive.
Well, I mean, look, that's the thing. I think anyone watching this, get behind the event. It's not expensive. I think it's well worth it, and it is a really good chance to. I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, it's. Spread the word. Anyone watching this video, please share it around. I think the more people that understand what it is and know about it, there should be a good attendance. Have you got any sort of idea around how many people are coming, or I suppose that's a bit of a guess at the moment?
It's a bit of a guess, but I'm expecting around 1,000 people.
Right.
Which is a very good number for a conference.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. I mean, also we're going to like live stream various parts of the 3D environment onto Twitter as well, so people can actually see what they're missing, and they'll be like, "What the hell's going on there?" So I think I'm expecting signups throughout the day. We'll probably
Yeah.
live stream some of those talks for free just to kind of like show people what it is we're doing. But I really feel that, like, you know, let's say we get 1,000 this time, they're going to be like, oh my God, did you go to that? And the next time it'll be 2,000. And I think it'll just, I hate to use the word exponential growth these days, but it'll probably see some exponential growth. So yeah, let's just take it from there, you know. So hopefully it'll do well. Just back to your point, Lisa, about taking that crypto, you know, mainstream audience. That's why it's really important to have these guys like Akon, have these like big DJs play in, because even for the DJs, you know, their fans are going to come in for this, because even for them it's new, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, dancing in the avatar and dance, like, you know, I've seen some virtual music festivals already the last few weeks on YouTube, but it's literally just a live stream. I wouldn't call that a virtual festival. It's just a live stream. But this one, they can actually create their own character, dance to people. They'll probably be wondering, you know, what the whole blockchain thing's about. But, you know, it's just a good way to bring that funnel in, isn't it? And I think every month now,
you know, that way you're bringing in a new audience, and it's like you know, dragging in those people that are not aware of cryptocurrency, and then they're asking the questions: what is this? Why is it happening? And, you know, how do I find out more? And then they're there, and they're, you know, inside whatever it is, the virtual conference, and, you know, they can find out all that information. So it's the perfect way of doing it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, watch this space, and hope you guys can join us and all your following.
Yeah. So look, obviously links below, so you can sign up to that, people, and make sure you come and tap me virtually on the shoulder at midnight on Friday for my birthday.
So we can have a virtual win.
Absolutely, I'm looking forward to it, mate. It really sounds pretty cool. I'm going to get it all sorted out, create my avatar.